What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Numeraire, and also exchanges look more and more vulnerable. We've got to talk about what the hell has been happening over the past 48 hours or so. This is relevant if you're holding crypto, period. You need to know about this, so pay attention to this video. Before I get into it, if you are new to the channel, obviously there's a lot of crypto YouTube channels out there. You're probably going, James, don't know why I should listen to you. Fair question. So these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They're the first 26 coins that I owned when I made this channel. And had you put in $100 into each of these when I released the videos about them, and you'd done everything wrong as an investor and ignored them, and just rode this market down into a recession, you would still be in profit for around 8.8k. And that is doing absolutely everything wrong. But if you'd sold these coins last year, remember the premise is buy low, sell high. And I don't actually like that as a phrase, but that's the premise. If you'd have done that, if you'd sold these coins last year when the markets were flying, you could have made 123k from those 26 coins, from that $2,600 investment total. Obviously, I sold these coins last year. These are not the coins I own. If you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I obviously share my portfolio, every coin I own, as well as every coin I buy and sell. I have beginner's tutorial set up. These are step-by-step. These are for anyone that wants to get into crypto and doesn't know where the hell to start. They're the same ones I send my friends and family that ask me to show them stuff. And guys, I've been in this market for 8 years. I deep dive for coins on a constant basis. I'm always looking for coins through the fundamentals. The projects that I think long-term have immense potential, that's all I care about, because they give you quality returns. And all I do is go on the site, tell the members exactly what I'm getting into and why, and you can copy along. Saves you all that research time. You know, you notice Phantoms went up 677 times. If you'd have put $2,000 into Phantom when I released that Udemy course about it, you would have been a millionaire. When I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to do a Udemy course. Just coughing. Just random coughs. I'm just going to go onto the site and tell the members about it and why I believe this coin can do immense things and why I'm getting in on it. And if you want to find out what the next big coin is going to be for the next bull cycle, go read the site now. Links in the description, guys. So Numeraire, $11.07. Make that $11.06. 7 again. Right, so market cap of 65 million. Quite small. Actually, really small circulating supply, which I like. Even I'm not over the moon that there's only 54% of the tokens out. So obviously, you know, we've still got another 5.2 million to come out. Now, Numeraire is an Ethereum-based platform, and the premise is that it allows developers and data scientists to experiment and create machine learning models. Now, machine learning is the future, and the premise of Numeraire, is to make sure that they can bring decentralization to the data science field, and this allows developers to compete in creating effective machine learning prediction models. Now, I am not a huge fan of prediction models whatsoever. In terms of returns, like I think projects that are based in and around machine learning do have to have something more to them, because we've seen a ton of prediction-based models in crypto that have then moved on and tried to introduce other areas of or other categories, whether it's DeFi, whether it's data, whatever, right? And the reason for this is because fundamentally there's less use case, like not less use case so much as it is people use prediction models less within crypto compared to some of the other categories that are out there. Now, what I do like is they're incentivizing people to come and use them. You know, they give huge, enormous tournaments to predict the stock market. As a result, there's going to be huge payouts if you win. Numeraire is also about asset management. I would point out that asset management is something one should be very, very careful of. But as you can see, Numeraire 1 has performed very, very well over the past sort of couple of years, really. And they're looking to create a hedge fund which outperforms all other indexes. There's a lot that's exciting about this in terms of, look, they are getting a performance here. That's a huge performance compared to what we've seen and what we're seeing in the stock markets right now. And you do want to see that, like, so there's an excitement there. Average 3-month return on the staked models is around 4.5%. That's pretty damn good in the current states of the market. It will be very interesting how these can do in a fully fledged bull cycle. I think they could do very, very well. And right now, they've got a fairly active community. That I do feel there needs to be a wider array of opportunities within Numeraire. I don't feel like there's enough there's enough options right now. But look, they have a lot of decentralization here. They've got 7,500 different coders that built this hedge fund. This hedge fund is performing very, very well. Machine learning is without doubt one of the biggest growth sectors. Artificial intelligence is one of the biggest growth sectors. Big data is one of the most valuable sectors in all of the world. Facebook make the majority of their money from data. It's not from anything else. So Numeraire have a lot to like. I also like the fact that they've got a community push here where they've got forums and chats. So you can really start getting involved in the ecosystem. You can start learning from other people, which in and of itself is always a good thing. You can also see the leaderboard in terms of the data scientists, which ones are creating the most efficient prediction models. Generally, as a rule of thumb, I'm not a huge fan of prediction models. However, you can't knock them. As an example, ShatterX, whoever this person is, has had a 202% return over the past 3 months. But you've got to bear in mind, look, you don't know, you'd have to deep dive and understand what the stakes are, how this person's investing. I always suggest that people make sure that they understand exactly what they're getting into. If you don't understand it, it's one that you shouldn't involve yourself with. That's a good rule of thumb, just based on the fact that you do not want to jump in on something that you have no understanding of. That's how a lot of people got burnt with Celsius. That's how a lot of people got burnt with Voyager. So a full understanding is important. But what I like about this is, look, to surmise, right? Big data is huge. Machine learning is huge. They've got an active community. They've got a very small circulating supply. All these things are a big plus. Downside, advertising, like marketing, has not been great for Numeraire. They need to push on marketing. I do think there needs to be a broader development within this, whether it's incentivization for data scientists beyond just the tournament, whether it's bringing in a wider array of potential DeFi protocols, and they need to do a big boom in advertising. Because this can do well. This could hit $100 with relative ease. That would only put it around a 600 million market cap, which is not that big in the scheme of things. particularly when their hedge fund right now is outperforming the markets quite significantly. You know, there's a reason that people will start copying what the data scientists have predicted, because the returns are damn good. But there needs to be a wider push on marketing. There needs to be a greater incentivization program. It can't just be a tournament. Data scientists not that many data scientists are going to flock there just to win a tournament. You want a reason. Like, how can you set up a fund, a few £1 million fund, where you reward it based on the submissions of prediction models based on the work the data scientists have done. If they can do that, they could do really well. But if you're looking at Numeraire, make sure you fully understand what you're getting involved in, how long you feel the funds are going to be locked up. Do not jump into anything without some level of understanding, or without a decent understanding, because again, that's how people at Celsius got burned. That's how people at Voyager got burned. And yeah. But what do you guys think? Can you do more? Could it do more? Could it do a couple $100 or what? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you are a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. I want to get more and more interesting guests on, and as the channel grows, I can get more and more interesting guests. So if you hit the subscribe button, it does the channel the world of good, which means I can start getting even nice big guests on to the channel to have a chat. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I share every coin I buy. I share every coin I sell. I've deep dived in these markets for the past 8 years. My record of success is public. You can see what I've got in on. And I share everything I'm doing. If you want to be in this space, but you don't want to, or you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you've got too many commitments, you don't want to spend time deep diving into every single coin to figure out what's good, what's bad, you can see exactly what I'm getting in on, because the coins I'm getting in on are good coins. For that reason, I don't get in on crap coins. So if you want to see what I own, go read the site, guys. And everything, by the way, on the site is verifiable, because it's all on the YouTube channel. So go check it out. And last piece of news, outflows have gone wild. People need to understand you should not have your funds on exchanges. Do not have your funds on exchanges. The net outflow over the last 24 hours on Gemini was nearly $500 million. The net outflow on Binance was 400 million. The net outflow on Bitfinex was 200 million. The net outflow on Coinbase was 150 million. The net outflows are massive at the moment. Understand, right now, there are a lot of exchanges where you do not know the amount of reserves that they currently own. You don't know if these exchanges can manage if there's a bank run on them. You genuinely don't know. And if all of a sudden there is, and they've lost all their liquidity, you might not be able to get your crypto. So please, guys, just for the sake of just your security, for the sake of your future, if you are in crypto right now, you're in crypto because 4 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you can see the coins you own being worth far, far, far more. And if they are worth far, far, far more, but you can't get them because you didn't take them off an exchange, it's going to be a terrible feeling. Don't let that happen to you guys, please. I don't want to see this happen to anyone where all of a sudden, you know, they kept kicking the can down the road. I'll remove all my crypto next weekend or the weekend after from the exchanges, and then all of a sudden another exchange goes down. We are not done with the FTX contagion. Make no mistake about it. Gemini exchange went offline for a bit because of the huge amount of volume that was occurring, the huge amount of activity that was occurring. Now, they're fully back online. You can withdraw, but we don't know the situation with a lot of these exchanges. The thing is a lot of them have shown proof of reserves, but we don't know proof of liabilities. If they've got $1 billion in reserves, you're probably going, oh, well, they're sorted. If their liabilities are $2 billion, then they're going to go down. There's a good chance of that. You cannot just trust that the data that they're providing with these, with reserves is guaranteed. You need to understand liabilities as well. If they're not sharing liabilities, you don't know their situation. So just removing your funds from exchanges is for your safety. Nothing in this world is too big to fail. After Lehman Brothers, we should all understand nothing's too big to fail. Binance could fail. Coinbase could fail. KuCoin could fail. They all can fail. I don't expect them to, but they can. And in a time of uncertainty, the best thing to do is be certain about your security. Whether that's getting a ledger or whether that is literally just having a ton of wallets. Whether it's MetaMask, Trust Wallet, whatever the hell it is. Get your stuff secured, guys. Because, make no mistake about it, we are not done with this contagion. We are not done. There will be more. Liquid went down as a result of, Liquid was obviously partly owned by FTX. There's a Japanese exchange. They've gone down. You don't know the situations of this. Just be safe. Please be safe out there, guys. And that is it from me. It'll be an interesting day. I'm expecting more market downturn. Bitcoin down to 16K maybe today. Let's see. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.